products idea, from luxury pet product idea to proof of concept in 15 minutes. This is explicitly for moms over 40. So if you're a mom over 40, squabble up, listen up, because this tech stack you don't want to miss. I briefly talked about it in a previous workshop, but I'm not sure if any of it registered with you guys. Let's just put it this way. If you're spending colossal amount of time trying to find like a product, winning product, and like literally cooking up your brain, trying to see if it works, and trying to see if you could accelerate this process, if you like already noticed yourself that you're just spending a long time doing a research, and not only research, but like not just initial research, but I'm talking about the entire phase, entire life cycle of coming up with idea and going through the proof of concept. And of course there's a preliminary proof of concept and there's actual proof of concept, but the one that I'm going to describe to you guys is fairly interesting. The one that I'm going to describe to you is the proof of concept that has to do with literally first discovering the product and then building a website, and then have all the elements on that website and everything else, including the research, to see if that product is going to be well worth it. Everything organized and shown directly on your site, so this way you could run ads on this site or create media with image generation or video generators or anything in that nature in 15 minutes using a secret tech stack that I discovered, guys. It's basically a workflow that you use to cook up your entire website, and of course you could do more. You could create UGC videos, you could create images for your products and whatnot, and include it all on the site. So it's fairly interesting tech stack. Why? Because it just makes it super easy for you, for any mom over 40 with minimum technical knowledge, to whip out a fully blown website from idea to proof of concept. So this way you could run the ads on the site, see if you make any sales, and you hit the ground running, double down on the rest of the chain, whatever the life cycle is. So in my particular case, the life cycle is kind of huge. There's a pre-launch, there's a launch, and there's post-launch of a product, whether it's a luxury pet product or any other kind of product. So last thing I want is to be doing something, spending colossal amount of time, and realizing that it wasn't the right path. So obviously, guys, how do you accelerate that? How do you accelerate the actual process of finding the right product and building minimum viable offer specifically for your website and running some ads on it, whether it's Google ads, Meta ads, or any other kind of ads, just so this way you get some proof of concept and see if it's working. So how do you do this without investing too much time and energy? Well, you have a couple of paths. One, you could just try out on eBay. On eBay, you don't really, the traffic is already there. It gives you right away a free, you create a listing for free. You don't need to create any websites or anything like this. But before even doing that, it's going to be kind of, even for you to create a listing on eBay, you still need some images, you need some videos, you need something to create a listing. And of course that can eat up a little bit of your time. So this is where this innovative tech stack comes into place. This beautiful tech stack that I'm using for my thread stack. I have two things. I have tech stack and thread stack. For my tech stack, I'm using NotebookLM, Firebase, and Google AI Studio, and Opal. So it's everything natively done in Google. So I'm using that as my tech stack to build a website, to build all the elements in it. So this way I could quickly show my viable offer to everybody else. So this way to see if I get any kind of interest. And then what I do for marketing, I use Threads Stack. Threads Stack is a knowledge skills. It's a digital power bundle that includes multiple guides that makes it easy for moms over 40 understand how to build their digital product, how to take it to international scale, how to monetize the heck out of your pets, cats, and dogs, how to create a theme for your digital product bundle, and so much more, guys. It's available in my community if you guys are interested. But basically, those are the ingredients that I'm using in order for me to do that proof of concept relatively quickly. Now, some of you will say, well, I get it, Rome. You know, you got to do the proof of concept, but maybe I should just use eBay. Maybe I should just use eBay, forget about that other proof of concept. And guys, if you do that, I don't discourage you. I encourage you to do eBay first to do the proof of concept. But sooner or later, you're gonna be like, damn, there's a process of researching the product. I need to make sure that this product is gonna hit my GMV max criteria for TikTok shop. There's so many different things, criteria that you're gonna hit, and you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I didn't have to repeat myself multiple times. And of course, that's where this tech stack comes into play, because you could whip out little apps inside of this. There's this, Google uses Opal tool, and you also use Google AI Studio, which is basically like ChatGPT, conversational, kind of a window where you could ask questions. So you definitely guys want to start off with NotebookLM. In fact, guys, many moms over 40 probably don't recognize the fact that they are spending insane amount of time on that initial task of researching your product. This is actually, I mean, this takes a lot of time, guys, a lot of time. Imagine if you could do this in 15 minutes to just whip out an idea, and from idea to production ready type of production ready testing phase. Now, some of you will say, well, I know method for where you don't even need to do any kind of testing. Why should I be doing testing? I know some of you may say that. The truth is, guys, yes, you have some strategies where you don't actually even need A to B testing in order to see if something works. And I talk about it in my workshops. But the key here is you definitely at some point want to do some sort of a test. So whether it's a lightweight test, whether you want to start off with eBay, see if you're going to make some sales, and then jump into TikTok shop or Amazon. So the idea is Amazon is going to be, it's going to be like, I did the analysis, side-by-side analysis for how hard it would be for a product to be on Amazon versus TikTok. And on TikTok, it's hands down more profitable, guys, at least for the product criteria that I choose, which is instant type of products that hit the GMV max criteria, that are optimized for TikTok and whatnot. Definitely, guys, hands down, way better margins, profitable margins on Amazon, on TikTok versus Amazon. That doesn't necessarily mean that you should not do the proof of concept on Amazon as well. You should, because it's relatively simple to test it out and see that, because more than 50% of the e-com traffic comes from Amazon anyway. So it would be kind of stupid if you don't end up testing things through Amazon. But you definitely don't want to be putting all your eggs in one basket and doing everything just on one platform. You definitely want to be diversifying and scaling, but doing that at your own pace, doing that at your own kind of a proof of concept style of kind of habits. So how do you introduce those proof of concept habits in a way where you can go from idea to production just in 15 minutes? Well, the idea is simple. You use this tech stack, or use NotebookLM to develop your idea further, and use that in combination with Google AI Studio to come up with good prompts, and then fire up those prompts, include them in Opal and Firebase to make sure that you build a very good site. And then you could include your rendered YouTube videos, embedded videos, or pictures right away. So this way you could do something like what Lovable allows you to do, except you do it natively directly in Google, allowing you for expansion and just all of those AI models. Just makes it more common sense for you guys to do everything in Google. Now, of course, you could use N8N and all sorts of other stuff for extra bells and whistles, and can integrate together Google with N8N. That would be like the next level. And we cover that as well in my community, guys. If you're interested, DM the word PAF on my Insta to get access to see how you could operationalize and systemize your product launch lifecycle. So anyway, guys, that's it for now. That's all I wanted to say, and I'll see you next time. Take care.